So, in 1811, there was an eclipse. And after 1811, there was also a huge earthquake. So, in the... Damn it. It's like, what?
In the what?
Go.
You can just chalk. We're just chatting.
I'm starting over.
I think you should leave all this in.
I'm starting over. I'm starting over.
It's all right, dude. You do your thing.
Okay.
It's totally fine though. Where's this coming from? You need to drink more of that.
I need to drink more.
We need to get Philly some CBD.
Yeah, dude. Just chill out, bro.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to come from a different angle.
Did you come from wherever you want, bro?
I appreciate that.
I ain't gonna stop you.
Okay. Do you remember a few episodes back when we did the near-death experience and the guy saw the future of America and there was a river that like divided America?
Right.
Okay. So that is this map right here.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, from the Great Lakes, and then it goes
Right.
clear down to the Gulf of Mexico.
So
And we're underwater.
Monday,
whoa, we're
where is
underwater.
the eclipse happening? The totality, right?
It's like in the...
It's going right across the river.
Oh, shiz.
Do you mean it follows the river or it crosses it?
It follows that river line
As it like
there.
crosses up and over, right?
So it's
It's going south and north. I thought it was going west to east or something.
That was the one in 2017.
Yeah.
Oh.
This one is going right along that riverbed.
So,
So-
are you saying that could be like a metaphorical river?
I think it's physically a river. And here's why. So the day that the eclipse is happening,
Okay.
they are turning on CERN.
Gotcha.
NASA is also launching rockets up at the eclipse.
Why?
They're saying it's to measure like the ionosphere. But I think the sun emits a frequency. That frequency that the sun emits helps build our foundation of Earth that we stand on. The moon is then going to block that frequency that the sun is giving off, which is going to weaken that part of the Earth.
So the Beach Boys were right. It's bringing out
She's
good vibration.
bringing you good vibrations. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I didn't know that was a scientific. Like,
Yeah, you didn't know. There's
Yeah.
some beach bums. They,
They're like 33-degree Masons.
yeah, they're
so
33-degree Masons.
That's next week when we talk about that.
So when the moon then blocks the frequency, it's
Yeah.
going and it's following that same line.
Yeah.
And that's where the Madrid fault line is. And so in
Whoa,
1811,
bro.
there was a huge earthquake in Missouri. That was the same year that there was an eclipse that covered that same area. So I'm predicting a massive earthquake sometime in the next year after the
Wow.
eclipse.
that eclipse.
Monday.
Is this it right here? This was like what it says 1811 New Madrid fault line, and then it was right after eclipse, and then it says that it had a 7.7 earthquake.
Yeah.
That then was felt all the way up into like New York, all the way down to like
7.7, that's
Georgia,
almost- that's one
Minnesota.
Dot or 1 decimal more than the Taiwan earthquake that just happened.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, New York just had one yesterday.
Yeah, my son is in New Jersey, and he
Scary.
did. We didn't hear about it. The way we heard about it is we got a text from our son that said,
I'm
"Don't worry,
all right."
Mom, I'm fine." And we're like,
You're like,
and then we're like, Google. And it's like, oh my gosh, he's in an earthquake.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna
I guess
die.
we should chill out since he already said he's fine.
yeah.
Dude, that's so funny.
Very considerate of you, Cash, to think of your mom and preemptively, because
Yeah.
Smart guy.
Good calling
He
him.
knows his parents are going to care about him.
He was raised well. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, not cool, the earthquake, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
I guess that's a better way to put it. Sorry, everybody.
Interesting, yeah.
Well, could they counteract it with HARP, or do they want it to happen? What's the rockets all about? It's almost like NASA and our government is like that. I think it's an Instagram handle called just Bros Being Dudes or something like that. Or
Our government's handle, probably.
yeah, it's like dudes being bros, and it just
Bros
shows
being
this Instagram handle is just like these like guys like see a refrigerator, and then they like spend like 20 minutes like lifting it over to the edge of a bridge and throw it over,
Yeah,
and then it's like rad.
yeah.
But then kind of reminds me of like, hey, there's an eclipse.
Yeah.
Let's launch rockets towards it. Like what?
I don't understand.
You know, I mean, I'm sure there's some reason, but that doesn't mean it's a good one.
Yeah, it's like it could be something about when. I mean, and then that's going to get into the whole theory of like, is it even the moon that's blocking the sun, right? There's people that are like, the moon isn't even where they say it's supposed to be, like, and the last eclipse, there was that footage of those guys that filmed it from an airplane, and like, you see the moon come in and block the sun, but like, wouldn't you see the moon, some sort of the moon, at least as it's like going in front of the sun? Because light curves, right? So you would see some part of the moon.
Light doesn't curve. What do you mean by that?
Well, it
What do you
can
mean
curve.
it doesn't
Well, if you
curve?
want to get into the science, it can.
reflects.
Well, it can curve
Well,
with gravity.
gravity can bend
Okay.
light.
Gravity
With
can bend
a black hole?
Well,
Right. So like if light's coming through, we should be able to see some portion of.
I thought it's too bright, and so it's more of the. It isn't about that there's no light on the moon. It's that it's too bright. You know, like if I was to like hold a flashlight up in your eyes right now, you couldn't see me.
Yeah.
I have
But if you
supervision.
moved your like finger across,
You-
I would still be able, even as bright as the light would be, you'd still be able to see a little bit of it.
Yeah.
So these people film that eclipse happening, and there's like 4 other black orbs that are reflecting this top little corner of it.
What? Is
And
there
you
a
could
video of this?
only see it when the like eclipse is happening because it blocks out the light like you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So then we're able to see more of these things. And apparently these black orbs are like all around our solar system.
Interesting. See if you can find a video.
This is
Okay.
already going longer than I
No,
wanted it
no,
to.
no. This is good because then I have a bunch of stuff on CERN that I wanna bring up too. So we'll bring it up here in just a second. But I want to see if Travis can find this.
Guess. Here's
Video.
ironically. Guess where I found it.
TikTok.
TikTok.
Dude, see?
TikTok is the only one. Yeah.
TikTok
It's
is the only platform
that
that,
like lets people
Just
say
post
things.
stuff.
And yeah,
yeah, without being banned and
told
stuff.
what is right and what's not.
And then the U.S. government's like, oh, China, they're trying to give you misinformation. No, it's the only platform
Yeah.
that allows free speech.
Are we just already going all in on it? That's like, yeah, TikTok is like the new Twitter, or Twitter's the new TikTok.
Yeah, I'm all in on it.
Yeah, dude. I used to think the same thing. I'm like, oh, China's going to be hacking my phone. And then I realized, I'm like, wait a second, my phone came from China.
Yeah.
I guess if they wanted to hack my phone, they would have
tons
done
of
that
these
in the
videos
very
that you're
beginning.
talking about.
Also, Edward Snowden
So-
told us that like our phones come pre-hacked from our government. So
Right. Right.
Dude, Edward Snowden.
Is that it right there?
turn it on and see a little bit.
Is this one?
Yeah.
That is pretty crazy looking though, just in general.
Yeah, the whole. But look at the.
Yeah. It's not curved, dude.
Yeah, it was flat, Trav. I don't know about you, but
It's just because the difference in light, it makes it look curved. That's
Okay.
Dude, that's
Science.
about it. I could get a level out right now and it'd be perfect.
That is trippy looking. Here it comes. You can see the shadow. Look at the bottom here.
Yeah.
And the shadow's coming
That's a creepy thing.
towards them.
Yeah.
Oh wait, look. Are you talking about that black thing in the middle?
no.
I like how they type.
The text is right in the middle of the screen. Thanks, guys.
Oh, I see.
Look at the moon. Red all around. Full shadow. Completely.
That's moving from
Did I find the wrong thing?
God, look at
possibly.
that.
Well, don't get rid of it. Make sure you send it to us so I can throw it in.
Prominences. 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Streamers, look at that. Elongated shadow. Look at that. Look at it coming to light. Oh my God.
That's so weird looking.
Shadow of the moon. Look at that.
Is that the moon right there?
Prominences. You can see them in your naked eye.
That's crazy, dude.
Chromosphere.
All right, here, watch this one.
Look at that. Here comes the shadow.
I don't know how to end this.
You gotta see the X. Hey,
Okay, so watch this one. Let me clear the display.
The moment of the eclipse.
That scary whale music.
Yeah, dude, that feels.
I will say that whale music is scarier than anything.
Yeah. My wife will hear this when we're in bed and she'll be like, what are you learning about?
It looks very similar to what we just watched.
Seeing it from the air is just so different.
So you can see them reflecting. There's one way out there and then 3 right under it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what are those? Okay.
And it doesn't, because like his camera moved so you can see like how he's moving it around. There's other stuff that move that are part of the camera moving, but those orbs stay fixed next to the sun.
The possibility of these orbs being stains on the window of the plane is ruled out when we analyze the images and apply these green and red lines. And we see that the orbs move in relation to the sun, while the spots in the airplane window do not move at all. So they are clearly two objects in a different space. The orbs are in the sky next to the sun, so they all move together.
Anyway.
In contrast,
That's pretty creepy.
You know what is weird about that?
Send that
Do you
one to
guys remember me telling you? Well, I guess that wouldn't be the same thing because what he's saying is it's by the moon or by the sun. Well, anyway, because when I saw that UFO, it was during an eclipse. So,
No way, really?
yeah, remember
Yeah.
there was an eclipse, but it was close though. So that wouldn't be the same thing. But I was like, oh, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know,
ours
like-
was like it was like daylight, and then we're out chilling, looking at the sun. And back then, the way we looked at the eclipse, we took a shoebox,
Right.
put a hole
Put
in
a hole
it,
in it, and then
and
look
we
through
look. So we're not looking at the sun. But me, I'm a dumb little kid. I'm like, and I wasn't looking at the sun, but I just looked up.
See, you're smart, dude. You're getting the download, and then you were like, "Oh, there's a UFO right there too."
Jeez,
Yeah.
that
That's
is
so
weird.
crazy.
So now I see you speaking about those orbs. That is. So is this something that people have talked about? Or is that like the only incident of that type of thing happening?
No, there's other things that have talked about it. Like, so supposedly, like those like black orbs are all over
Dude,
around Earth.
Hold on a second, because I did watch a really cool podcast, and they always wear their sunglasses inside.
Yeah,
Dude, gangster, bro.
it's just getting like geared up for too much knowledge and
Well,
truth.
dude, buckle up. I have a bunch of stuff on
We're
CERN.
probably gonna get so many more subscribers now.
But yeah.
If
And
they-
they're
hey,
gonna be
look,
like, I wasn't
if
into it
we-
until I saw the shit.
Yes, then I will wear my
Sign me up.
sunglasses too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, all
I
down.
like it because I can't tell like if you're looking at me or looking at Daniel.
I'm looking at
It is
your
kind of
boobs.
uncomfortable. Feel uncomfortable now. Just kidding. All right.
Master poker
Sorry,
player.
Cash.
But-
Edit over that.
Before we jump into the CERN stuff,
Yeah.
because perfect segue into
Yeah.
CERN, I have a game
Okay.
I want to play with you guys.
Okay.
Have you guys ever played the game Real or Fake?
No.
Perfect. Okay. Well, this is how it's going to work.
Can
I-
can I win this game?
Yes, there is points. So it's you versus Fielding. I'm going to be the what do they call those people that debates?
Moderator.
I'm the moderator,
Oh,
and I know all the
great.
answers.
The fix is in, dude. I'm gonna be like Trump. No, the Earth isn't flat. You're gonna be like the PBS like host, and he's like Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, don't worry.
The fix is already in.
I will
So,
cut
like,
you off
if
in
you start
every
saying
way.
stuff I don't like, I'm just gonna like do a little sign that means like move on.
Yeah, fact checked. I'll fact check everything you say too.
Move on,
Okay, so here's the game.
But have you heard that though?
Yeah.
That like
Yeah.
she had body.
She
like,
literally had body language,
Little
yeah.
symbols.
Oh,
that,
I
like,
do. I
meant-
believe it.
Yeah, look it up. It's
Yeah,
nuts.
yeah. Fairest election we've ever had was previous election.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna give. I have a series of photographs.
Okay.
Some are photoshopped and fake. Some are real.
Okay.
Your job is to guess whether it's real or fake. And for everyone you get right, you get 1 point.
And we're looking here at your screen.
I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up and we're gonna go through
this
it.
decision now.
Yeah. Yeah, I see
You should.
It'll be a
those.
lot harder.
You're allowed to take them off.
Hold on.
Does that help?
Yeah,
Okay.
but not very much.
I was like, that's impressive that it actually worked. Okay, all right, here we go. So I'm gonna pull up the first picture. I'm gonna try to push this back a little bit
I
so
thought
you
you were
can see
gonna
it.
like tell us, and then we could like.
No. Real or fake?
Dang.
We got a grizzly
I'm
bear
gonna say fake.
chasing a guy on a bike, a cyclist.
I'm gonna also say fake.
Fake? That is correct. It's a fake photo.
Okay.
Here's the real photo. It's just the bear. Someone photoshopped a guy into it.
Okay.
Good eye. Okay.
Okay.
That was a good practice.
Good eye, mate.
Good eye, mate.
Good eye.
Okay. Let's go to the next one here. Here we have a guy, archaeologist,
Fake.
digging up a skull. It's a pretty big skull, too. Fielding already said fake.
I was thinking it looked kind of real, if I'm being honest, but Fielding, he knows all this
He's in your head,
weird
dude.
Yeah, I'm
crypto.
just in your head, dude.
I'll say fake.
Fake? Okay. And the answer is, it is fake. It's 100%
Okay.
fake.
Okay.
Just because like
Good
the
eye.
giants things that I've looked at, like the giant bones they find are big. They're not that big though.
That's true. That would be like a 25-foot tall.
They're massive.
I did talk to a relative of mine. I won't say the name just in case he or she wants their identity protected.
Right.
He believes that the giants were like 30, 40, maybe 300 feet tall.
Well, they did. There are like scripture where they like were eating people.
I don't want to hijack your game, but I just
To like
use for that. Yeah.
to be able to eat people, you'd have to be pretty big.
Well,
That's
they know
true.
there are giant petrified trees, but we won't get into that. That's a whole
yeah.
other.
That's
You wanna
where
get-
that's
you
where
wanna-
it comes from.
you wanna get
that
into,
thing
like-
in Wyoming. That's
Yeah,
right.
I know. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be open minded to it because that thing does look like a tree.
Devil's Tower is a tree.
No, God.
All right.
All right.
Two. We got a tie game. 2 and 2. Okay. Next photo here we have. Real. It looks like a picture of some buildings and a ship in the sky.
Real.
Everything says real.
Like a ship. What the heck? Philly has these saved as a screensaver.
Maybe, I don't know.
I told you, man. The fix is in. I'm Clinton.
It looks fake to me, so I'm going to say fake.
Okay.
But now I'm nervous.
This one's real. Okay. So this one's real, and what this is
that
this
like
is
an
in
18th century like schooner or something?
it looks like it, but you know what it actually is? This is in San Francisco. This is actually a tower, an antenna tower.
Oh, and it's
at
in
the
a
top, it's antenna. It's in
fog.
fog, and it looks like it's in water. All right.
Dang
All right.
it.
3, 2. Travis is
Okay.
down.
Dang
Okay.
it.
Next photo. And I'm
That
kinda
is a
jumping
good
around here.
example of how we could easily be deceived with our eyes, though. Because that's really, it totally makes sense now.
Okay. So this one's of a fire, and it is a woman in the fire. Real or fake?
I'm gonna say real.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I'd say real.
Correct. It is real. Just good timing photography.
timing.
Okay.
Because I'm like, it's not like perfectly like
Yeah.
a girl where like
It
if
looks
you would
almost like a,
fake it,
what
you would
the
make it.
heck?
Like,
Okay, so this one is a picture of an orchard or a grove with a bunch of trees, and all of the trees are perfectly cut at the top.
but why is one side of the road not as perfectly cut?
Right.
As
it
the
looks
other?
just cool. I'm gonna say altered, fake.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
altered
thinking
fake.
fake too.
This one's real.
So how is it one side's
It's
cut?
because they haven't cut the other side yet.
Oh, that makes the most sense. Yeah, dang it.
All right.
They in this grove. This is in Europe.
Oh, it's pretty cool, man.
They actually cut the top of the trees to be perfectly aligned with both sides, and they do that periodically.
That's
All right.
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay.
They're like, we could be doing things that are productive with our life, and instead,
So we're gonna line up perspective. On
got
trees.
him.
Okay. So what's the score? 4 to 3.
He's ahead by one. I know
So ahead by
that.
1, 4 to 3. Okay, here we have a picture of a lady holding a snail that's easily the size of a small dog or cat.
Bro.
Real or fake?
There's like crazy animals and things that exist that
I mean, if it's real and she's holding it in her hand like that, and just think of that, like
how
that-
slimy.
I know. You know how much salt it would take to kill that thing?
Yeah.
A lot.
It's like holding my 6-month-old that's like
beers-
starting to teeth, so they're just constantly drooling.
What do you guys think? Real or fake?
or they fall asleep. I'm gonna say real.
Oh, I'm saying real.
It is real.
It's real.
That is a
Gross.
giant snail.
Kind of wanted to be wrong on that one.
I know. Gross, huh? All right. Here's another one for you. This is at the Nevada nuclear testing grounds. And then I think you recognize the guy in the middle.
They're like, hey, dude, go get us some donuts. He's like, okay, guys.
Well, you know who that is, right?
That will be good.
Who is that? Einstein?
It's Einstein. Which, you know, he wasn't in the actual project, but
I was going to say, was Einstein
he
even
talked
there
with
when they
Oppenheimer
were
quite a few
testing?
times about what he was doing down there.
I'm going to say fake.
Is that Stanley Kubrick? No, just kidding.
In the background? You're saying fake?
I'm going to say fake because I don't know that Einstein was ever... Well, I'm just assuming it's like out in Nevada where they were testing.
Yeah, it is. This is out in Nevada.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's fake. I
I'm
just
gonna
don't
say
know he was
real.
ever out
I'm gonna
there.
say real because it just looks, the shadow and stuff looks so good. That's where I'm coming from, but I bet you it's fake because it looks so real.
So what's your answer, real or fake?
I'm saying real.
You're
I'm
saying
still gonna
real.
Stick with real, but
Okay, and what's the score?
he's ahead by one.
He's ahead by
5-4, I think.
5-4, maybe 6-5. I don't know.
I don't know how I remember that. I
I'll
don't
be in
remember
the
the
editing.
point
We'll
system.
fix it. All right. The answer to this one is it is a fake. Here's the original photo of him in Europe.
Oh, they even
riding his
flipped the
bicycle.
side.
Okay.
They flipped it, dropped him in, and added the shadow, which is impressive.
Yeah.
So some clever editing there. Okay.
I do see that guy that like does people are like, hey, can you help me with my photos? And then it's like they're at a wedding and they're like, can you edit out
I
my
love
ex-boyfriend?
that, yeah.
And then this thing just comes into whack.
Okay, we got two more.
Okay.
Here's one where it's
That's
some
real.
kind of like ice frozen. It looks like a Jeep of some kind.
I'm
like
gonna say real.
It's probably in Michigan or Ohio.
Right.
Yeah, after a
Those
nice storm.
frozen ice. Yeah.
I served my mission. I've seen that.
Yeah. It's real. Yeah. Pretty cool.
That is
Okay.
wild.
So Travis, you're down by 2. And we have
That's
one
super
more.
lame.
So unfortunately you lost.
So I'm gonna
but
take a
double
I'm gonna
points.
take a victory
oh yeah,
lap.
this one's double points. So
Double
you can either
points.
tie it up
Okay.
or
Okay.
fielding wins by 4.
I'm automatically blind calling opposite of fielding.
okay.
Okay.
Here's the next photo.
It's the only way I could tie.
Real or fake?
Oh, jeez, that's real. I'm changing my answer. That's real.
Fake.
Wait. What do you mean by real or fake, though?
Is this a real photo or is it a fake
Oh, it's
photo?
a fake photo. I do agree that they don't have actual photos like that.
Oh, he drummed that up beautifully, Daniel. That's fake, baby. That's a composite image.
I mean, it's fake.
Well, since I'm the moderator,
Yeah,
it's fake.
nice.
Totally fake. United States is too big. Look, United States is on the
it looks
North Pole.
Hey, I want to just point out to you guys, it looks flat, so it is fake.
That's
This
right.
is the flat Earth.
That's right. Have you seen
All
those
right,
where
that's
people
fair.
like show like old pictures of like Earth and combine and they show like the scale of things and it's like just insane.
Yeah.
Because it's like, here's a picture from space of like the Nile. And then it's like if you would overlay like the Nile, like in real life, it's like the
I will
Nile
say-
would be like
I will say until recently, really, I
700
thought those were
miles
real
wide.
pictures.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought those were pictures, but it kind of reminds me of that one you had, the Nevada test site. It's like that video that we've all seen. I think it was even in Terminator of like the nuclear explosions and then like
That
the
girl on the
building,
fence?
the building's like, and then it blows the buildings up and all that, but the camera's just chilling.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Camera-
like,
camera's
and then
not
we're
effective.
just like, wow, they got good footage of that nuclear blast.
Explosion.
And I never once thought, what happened to the camera? And then now when they say it, I'm like,
Why would the
Every-
camera? And there's that truck that pops up in the back of one of the explosions.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, one frame,
And it's just
there's
pop-
just a truck there.
Yeah.
so
Bad
it's-
editing.
But it reminds me of
US
that.
government.
It reminds me of that. They just, if they tell us, I bet you they can still do it to us. So there's a show, there's this show on Netflix called,
Well, before you get into that,
okay, let's finish.
thanks for playing. Real or fake?
Real or fake?
Fielding wins. Travis loses. Better luck next time,
We
Travis.
all lose because you're saying that it was flat.
No, baby.
Hey,
that
no,
makes us
I-
all winners.
Yeah, we're just all winners. All right.
He's not saying it's flat or round. He's just saying the image that we were looking at is,
Is a fake.
doctored.
It's a doctored
If you would
picture.
have asked me like 5 years ago, probably I would have been like real.
Yeah, and I would have thought in my head, like, I can't follow this guy. He's a bad leader.
I quit.
This
Job
I'm not
sucks.
selling anything.
I'm not pushing any of his products.
You should get 2 debit cards. One for your sock drawer. One.
Your glove box.
Oh man, that's too good. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay, so I actually, on the topic of photos, I actually have some interesting photos for you guys. This is not real or fake, but I wanted to show you guys this.
Okay.
Fielding brought up earlier
How do we know if anything is
how
fake, man?
the two eclipses, the first one that came in 2017, and I'd say the first one, there's been hundreds of eclipses that have gone across the United States, but the one in
I
2017
like where you're going, man.
went across the United States, right? Mm-hmm. And it went from like east to west, or no, west to east across the United States, and this one's going south, kind of a south to northeast type. He's throwing me off, dude. Yeah, I can't with the
I'm trying
glasses.
to keep my straight face, man.
Yeah.
He looks like he should be playing poker in Vegas. All right. Anyways, it goes across. Well, check this out.
I want to be cool too.
This is the United States Space Command's logo. And I want you to look at it carefully and tell me if you see something interesting in...
Well, it's got Ezra's eagle on it.
Well, it's got Ezra's eagle on it, right? No.
Yeah.
It's got
See a
obviously
previous
stars of the
episode.
United States. It's got a star over here, right?
Interesting.
But look at the... What's that?
I feel like those make a familiar pattern.
A familiar pattern.
Okay, I'm bad at
Let's-
that. I don't know what we're recognizing. Oh, let me.
So look at the
gaze at it
path
now.
of this line.
Okay.
Okay. Look at the path of this line. Something orbiting or going around the sun
Way.
comes
That
across
is crazy though.
and
And
then
that's the
comes
one from
across here.
2016, and then-
2017, and then this one's coming Monday. And look at that. Comes across. And look at where it lands. Right around the middle of the United States.
Right in Adam on Diamond.
That's what we're saying, man.
By the way, I
Everything
got a
that's happened-
text. It came from the church. They asked me to go. Just kidding. That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
I
No.
don't quite. Also, I love that the church like advanced far enough to where like they just text it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just figure it's faster.
My wife was talking about like
They don't want the steak president to feel bad, so I don't have to meet with him.
Yeah.
There's a crazy like earthquake and stuff, and she's like, we need to have like a bike, so like we're riding places like if we have to like go to Missouri.
A bike is a good idea.
It is.
It really
And
is.
then she's like, well, if we have to like ride to Missouri. Or
That's what my skateboard's
and
for,
I'm just
bro.
like, yeah, but like if you bunch of old people like. If you have a bike, nobody else does. Like you're just gonna have to end up waiting for them or walking anyway. So we might as well just walk with them.
Yeah, because they're going to
But you
end
can
up getting their
carry
bike
stuff
jacked
and
anyways.
things like that. Bikes are really good for that type
Well,
of
we definitely will have some.
So the craziest
By Monday,
thing for
because
this
earthquake's
is the craziest thing for me is like, okay, obviously then my doubting mind immediately goes, well, so many things happen. There's going to be some coincidences, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But it feels like they're stacking up all the time now.
Yeah.
And then it's like we do have the technology to know that would happen too. Maybe there's nothing weird about it. Maybe some nerd was like, he has this little home built like he's like click, 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 look at this.
Well, he's not a real
And,
nerd if the Earth is round in his little thing.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's just
He's
helping,
cool.
He's just helping push the propaganda.
No, but you know what I mean? Like they can predict that stuff. And so
Right.
maybe yeah, but I mean I'm trying to explain it away, but that is actually pretty weird. But you know what I mean? Like some guy could have just said, "Hey, this is going to be an eclipse that's going to happen in 2017. This is going to be another
Yeah.
one."
Right.
Let's weird
I
out
mean,
some
it
people.
could, but like. I
How
don't
did you
know.
find that?
Then there's just like, you get into like Trump and Q. That's an entirely other rabbit hole.
And Q is not QAnon, right?
No, QAnon is what they're trying to lump Q into, because the QAnon people are like that guy who's a CIA asset who had that like fur thing on at the Capitol.
Oh
and
yeah.
riot. Like,
Oh, you think that guy's a CIA?
he's a Q. Yeah, he's a plant. But like Q is the other
I
side.
like that guy, the
with
Buffalo Road
documents.
guy.
Yeah. Plant. He's a plant.
Oh, I was hoping
Plant.
it was real.
Anyway, QAnon, nuts. Q, legit. So Q stuff, there's so much of that and little drops
Yeah.
that,
See, and this is obviously
So you're
just
saying-
the highlighted areas showing you.
like,
Oh,
I'm not
wow,
surprised
they actually-
that they would put stuff in.
So you're saying it could be a white hat that's lingo.
Right.
It's part of Q. That's like, yeah, these are just breadcrumbs that I keep
Because
throwing out.
Q's big thing, right, with breadcrumbs is like future proves the past. So as things happen, like, I'm telling you this is what, so then like that fits in line with future proof past. Now, granted, like,
I do
yeah,
like
you
that.
can
Future
predict.
Proof Past. That's true because as we move through all this other crazy stuff, then you look back at like the Gulf of Tonkin and like, well, we kind of fired on our own ships, so everyone used to be like, that's crazy.
Right.
Now you're like, well, of course we probably did.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
we need to start a war and we need to have international
We need to
support.
have people, yeah.
And it didn't work that well because
Not the first
taking
time.
LSD, and so then,
Yeah.
so then they created Charles Manson to go kill a bunch of people so they could outlaw drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyhow.
Good US
Some
government.
people aren't even ready for that one, Travis.
Dude.
That was a nugget. That's deep.
So here we go. So what's been floating around, and I know you guys have heard of it, that obviously Fielding brought it up. NASA's going to be launching some rockets on Monday during the eclipse, and then the CERN Hadron Collider is going to be
So we're talking like
turning on
in 2 days.
in 2 days. Now,
Why even like?
why even
mess with
chance it?
Why even chance it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm almost like, if it's Halloween, don't do it, guys. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
hey, it's Day of the Dead. Okay,
Is it-
we'll wait till the
Is
next
it
day.
Friday the 13th?
Well,
today?
there's
Let's
like
all go
even
home.
the crazy quotes of like, no, I do your thing. And,
Yeah,
and
I got
after
some.
it's
I
all-
got some stuff
'cause I don't
that'll
want to like. I don't want to.
that'll blow you away. But
be
before we jump into this, I want to give just a brief history, okay? Because the thing that confused me, I'm a little bit of a science nerd, and at least I thought I was, and then I started learning real science when we
Yeah.
started this podcast.
Yeah.
But back in the day, I was like, when they, when I learned about the CERN facility and some of the stuff they were doing, I was like, oh, dude, that's so cool. Well, so CERN itself, the actual organization, started back in like the 1950s. And it was basically just a bunch of European countries in like that grouped together to do nuclear research. And they got involved in like a lot of the nuclear testing, not CERN themselves, but these European countries after Russia and the United States started going into it.
Sounds
But
like a bunch of nerds getting
yeah,
together.
bunch of nerds. Okay,
Like,
but
someday we're gonna have girlfriends and money.
Yep.
And now they do.
now
They
they do.
worship the
Yeah.
devil who signed them up for an MLM.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they bought into that one way
Channel
easy.
them through CERN. He's like, hey, you guys need to go get 5
Oh,
scientists.
MLMs actually are evil. It's just the format that the devil recruits people into his cults.
Yeah.
And also, you can buy oils and other healthcare
Yeah.
products and skincare
Yeah,
products.
you
Okay.
can look good all the way to hell.
Not a bad system.
All right.
So
That checks.
they built the Hadron Collider. Okay, it actually was completed in 2008. Okay, and they started in 2008. Now there's been a series of starts and stops. Okay, in the CERN Hadron Collider. So it's not like they're turning it on for the first time ever on Monday. It's been off for a while. They had previously it had been off for 2 years. They started it up. I think it was in 2017. Ran it for a couple of years, and they turned it off, and now they're turning it back on.
Probably not like starting a Buick or something.
No. I imagine
They
it's
probably turned it off because they're like, oh shoot, the Fruit of the Loom cornucopia
disappeared.
it disappeared. We might be messing with stuff too much. Let's dial it back.
Let's dial it back and let's try to figure out what happened.
Yeah, dude. That makes sense.
Is it
I did hear, though, that the particles that get in there go within up to 7 miles an hour less than the speed of light.
Yeah. So the actual facility itself, oh my gosh, I think it's 11 miles in diameter.
I think so, yeah.
I'll correct myself and fix it if I'm wrong. But the particles actually go around 11,000 times per second.
You imagine living there and being like, I sure hope they don't open a black hole. My
Just-
house just all of a sudden gets.
Just so you know, though.
You got to reach
that
for your morning coffee, and it's like,
That means that those particles, if they went for a whole year, we would go through a year of time, but they would only go through a day
yeah.
From their perspective.
from their perspective. I
Yeah.
mean, they don't have a perspective as a particle, but that's the speeds we're
Maybe
talking
they
about.
do. Maybe they do. Remember?
Right.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So
Sled experiment.
the actual
It's true.
goal of CERN is they're trying to understand and study and potentially capture particles that were in existence after the Big Bang, if the Big Bang is real. I have my own theories on that. We're not going to dive in that today. But I want you to take a look at something, though. I want you guys to see something that's kind of interesting. So CERN has its own logo. Super cool. Okay. And I want to show you, okay, here's the logo of CERN right here on the left, okay? So you've got CERN, it's got these 2 circles, okay? Then I want you to look, I've got a photo here next to it of an eclipse, okay?
What?
And notice the similarity
What
of
is that?
a circle here
'Cause
overlaid
everything's
over
just-
another circle.
Moving us towards a reset.
Okay.
All this is
Maybe
happened
we're just
before.
in a simulation, and so
We
obviously there's going to be this many coincidences because everything, the computer's like, well, I don't need to recreate.
Yeah, we only
Scratch.
have
Well, think about like
this is the stock photos that we have. This is all we can work
That's
with.
it. It's like the only ones I paid for that don't have the little branding like across.
I didn't pay for all the licenses,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
well, think about like
That's incredible, though. What else would that be?
Well, I have. Dude, I'm actually glad you asked that. I want you to look at this, Travis. So here's the CERN logo, and it's overlaid with some
looks
highlights.
Like 3.
Looks
What?
like 3. 6 is
No.
1, 2, 3. 6 is overlaid what is the Earth. And you have the sun going to that, okay? Now,
Somebody's so proud that their kid went to college to become like a graphic designer, and then they're like, I also worship Satan.
I also am a Satanist. Okay.
Hell be as it above.
He brings like a really cool like logo back, and they're like,
Okay.
we're
Now,
gonna need you to add a few lines to
we're
that.
about to go down the rabbit hole even deeper, okay?
I'm so excited for
Okay,
this one.
which, I mean, this is a little bit of a stretch, right? The logo, maybe it's an
Sure.
eclipse, maybe these are 6s, right?
Coincidences. They could be 9s, guys. Have you seen that? Like,
Yeah,
Phil
3
sees
9s.
a 6, but I see a 9. Why can't we just get along?
Okay.
Yeah.
Travis, take a look at this picture.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know what figure
So
this
that
is?
is, I won't get the name right, but that's an Indian goddess, right?
Yeah. The Indian goddess Shiva.
And Shiva, and it's like the death one, the bad one.
Yeah. The destroyer.
The elephant one's the good one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this
Shiva
one's the god
is
of destruction.
god of destruction.
God of destruction.
okay?
And this is nowhere
This-
near CERN.
This sits
Nowhere near
in
CERN.
the courtyard at CERN. Where people can go and eat their lunch on their lunch breaks.
So the goddess of, what is it, destruction?
Destruction.
Is that a place where possibly all of our destruction could theoretically come from?
Yeah. I mean, and when you start messing with, launching particles, the interesting thing is to me is
Why
like
would they
the
do
last
that,
time
bro?
we started messing with like particles and atoms, we ended up creating the nuclear bomb. And now let's step it up. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, remember when we did that episode, and Phil, you brought up just in passing, but that guy that was the time traveler, and he said, guys, you guys destroy the world, so stop. He got them to stop in some other future, stop using CERN. Well, maybe he did that 2 years ago, but now
We're back on that
the
timeline.
Shiva
We've
freaking...
clicked back into. Did you ever watch 11?
Oh, dude, thank goodness. I was just researching here. USA Today, no, CERN will not open up a portal during the solar eclipse. So
Thank you,
we're
US
safe.
Today.
We're safe. USA Today cracked the
Because,
code.
dude, yeah, news anchors are the news scientists.
And I honestly,
I
I'm
like
not,
how
guys.
out
And
of
I'm not saying-
nowhere they just tell us
I know.
that they're not opening a portal.
like, did anyone ask?
Yeah. Hey, by the way, don't look behind the
I'm
curtain.
not, and I'm not saying we know the truth either. Like, I don't think we're like better journalists than them or anything, but yeah, it's a little weird. It's like, no, I'm not eating cookies
Right.
from the top of the fridge.
Right.
And my wife's
Right.
like, I was just checking on the.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, no, I had the roast beef sandwiches. No, it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, thanks, yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, now I think they're definitely trying to open a portal.
Yeah.
Okay.
My wife immediately goes, wait, are you eating the cookies? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, you got me.
We gave it away.
Okay, I've got another. Now I have a video for you.
Oh boy.
Okay. Right when you think it couldn't get any worse. Okay. Now, before I start this this video, I want you to notice, Travis,
Okay.
what's in the middle of this video that we just talked about.
I can't quite see that.
I want you to
Can we zoom in
now.
on that bad
You
boy?
see that there's this light that's projecting. You can see it a little bit better.
Oh.
So we're actually in the CERN courtyard,
And they have a
where
light?
the statue of Shiva is. It's got a bunch of lights lighting it up. Okay. Now I want you to watch this video. Okay.
Okay.
A bunch of cloaked figures.
What? Is this Eyes Wide Shut?
This is like
Deleted
eyes
footage?
wide shut type stuff, and they are doing a mock.
Say they could be on the path to
a mock ritual of human sacrifice. Okay, at CERN. Okay, and then
Why would nerdy scientists even do something like that? And then that goes back to like the opening ceremony of the Olympics like 15 years ago when they had all the kids in sick bed and nurses running around and like
yeah. Okay, now I have one more video.
because they have to tell us what they're doing. That's the law of this realm. They can't take away our free agency. So they have to tell us what they're doing to us. And this is how they do it because
Nope.
That's
people are so
incredible.
dumb they don't see the dots.
You thought I was joking, dude?
I'm like literally fact checking Daniel.
Okay, I have one
freaking
more.
crazy, dude.
One more video. Right when you thought it couldn't get any more weird.
Oh, man.
This one's a longer one. I'm going to skip through it so that you guys can get the gist of it. So, this is the CERN facility. The CERN facility just recently had a new
Yes.
highway built, or new
Yes.
like
Tunnelway.
tunnelway built to the facility. Okay.
For pedestry and other things.
Yeah, whatever they do, and they did an opening type ceremony or celebration. Okay, and you can see here.
Is this when they
Have you really
Apple
never
released
seen
a
this?
computer? What? It is the Microsoft or the Apple television commercial.
Okay.
Are those the actual scientists?
I don't know if they're the actual scientists, but dancers, right? Okay. And we'll kind of skip through this a little bit. Okay. Some kind of weird dancing. There's drums. There's people that are observing and watching. Okay. And as we
I love
go
the
through
dude
this,
who's doing the little thing on the TikTok
then you have
space.
dudes in underwear, like dancing. They've got like chains.
Like they're going to Hades.
Yeah. This guy's swinging chains around, hitting metal. And he's wearing some kind of like devil crown thing. Okay. Then you have these weird, like, hairy it creatures that are like crawling around and dancing and. Right? And then we've got.
So this is where
We've
they're
got-
going to do
look at this.
real science.
Yeah. And
Is that a goated?
they had
headed
goat
thing?
heads like Bale. See? Goat heads dancing around. They've got
That's our
branches
boy
and
Lucifer.
twigs.
Yeah.
What else would this be? This is exactly like
This is just a place of science, Travis. Relax.
Okay. So, yeah, this is no joke. And then at the end of this, like, ceremony, dancing stuff, you know, as they go through it, and then I don't have it in this video, but at the very end, they end up outside and they end up going to this guy in a Bale costume where he's wearing the goat head, and then he ends up, like, sacrificing these women and all kinds of stuff, dude. It's crazy.
I mean, I'm just sitting here because I always go to like the why this isn't true in my brains, and I'm like, what possible other reason would they have
possible
besides
purpose?
worshiping?
Yeah.
At the very least, they're just a bunch of those kind of like fart sniffing artists that like are worshiping themselves.
Yeah.
which
Right.
is scary in its own right.
Well, and people
But-
just like applaud this,
And they're just
it's like,
oh, did you get the symbology? It's like, oh gosh, really?
Yeah.
Just go get in your hybrid car and
Yeah,
freaking
and smug
drive it off a
son of a-
cliff.
Well, and the interesting thing is, did you know, Travis, that you are a contributor to the CERN facility?
So okay, that was my first thing. I'm just going, okay, so
At least you're
all
not
these
using our
tax
tax dollars.
all these tax dollars going to CERN, right? Of tons of people's labor, right? Because how much does it cost? And it's
Oh,
collated,
billions.
and then there's a bunch of grift. You know, there's just grift everywhere, and it's
Yeah.
just, and then even then they're like, you know what, guys, F you. We're also going to do this
yeah.
ceremony thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So,
Satan said he would do stuff like this. That's
Yeah.
the craziest part is like, you almost feel crazy for saying that you believe in Satan, and then he says he's going to try to destroy people. And then how he's going to do it is gathering all the wealth and power and armies. And then you read the Bible, how these people would dress up, you know, in these robes and do these weird rituals. And then they're like, but that's different than now at CERN.
Yeah, where we have
that's
secret
different.
combinations.
This is real and this is okay.
But
But you believing that they did that back then is
Yeah.
dumb. And it's like, what was your phrase? The future is the past?
Future proves past.
Yeah, the future proves the past, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, well, now obviously Elijah was battling the priests of Baal. Obviously.
Yeah.
It's true now.
Yeah.
Because we watched them do that. You know what I mean?
All this stuff has existed from the beginning of time. That was my last episode that we did where it's like, we're just in a cycle. We've done this a bunch of times. Maybe we were never, ever like cavemen. Maybe civilization always restarts at the dawn of like the Steel Age.
Well, they
So
talk about
earthquakes just
multiple
wreck
worlds,
us,
right? I believe that, like multiple iterations, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
Right.
We believe that.
Yeah. Maybe we've hit our peak and maybe there is a huge earthquake in a year
I need to get a 4-wheeler.
and it wrecks America and a bicycle.
Solar-powered 4-wheeler.
Crashes. Me.
They have those kids Tesla trikes.
Yeah.
I actually talked to a guy. He has a Honda dealership, but he also has a dealership that sells electric motorcycles. And his it's like a $7,000 one, and it's faster than a Tesla. I'm like,
I wouldn't want to get
I
on
don't know
that.
if I want to be on that, dude. It sounds
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's crazy. Well,
that's crazy stuff. I mean, jeez.
Well, there's a quote from one of the head scientists over at CERN, and he was talking about their goal is to open doorways.
That's his quote.
Yeah, like let me find exactly what it is.
And you can think, you know, and what most people that defend their position say, well, he's saying open doorways in science, like it's a hypothetical door, right? Like opening doorways into new avenues of science.
So the logo is 666 in. Okay, let's say it's 50-50.
Oh, he said to open portals to another dimension.
Oh, he's not even like.
Oh, he's not
He's
even
not even like
powder-coating it.
trying to like.
Hide it. No.
No, portals to another dimension.
Yeah. They're
Like-
like, so like to cure like diseases. No.
No. No, hear me.
Open-
Read the lips.
Yeah.
A portal.
So there's a door.
yeah, a portal.
On the other side, demons. I want to open that door. I want to let them in.
Here's the crazy part.
Oh, my
Do you
gosh.
think? Now, I will say this. I've heard people talk about like demons, and we believe, right, that they were up there. There's a war in heaven.
Right.
And now they're like demons, right? There's some version of that. But then I think they can like do stuff like this, like and win, and so they recruit people to do all this stuff. And
That's what I always wonder about, like that. So like,
So
God wins, right?
Yeah.
When all is said and done, God wins. But there's people that follow that believe they're going to win.
Yeah.
So like, is there another side that they're like, no, God is.
I wonder if it's something like this,
Defeatable.
like they could win. Like there's a theory, and I'm not saying that this is true, but they've seen it, you know.
Right.
So this thing exists, like God used it or whatever.
Right.
So we're just going to create our own version of it.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess maybe in a lesser sense, like you see this, like these famous people, and they get wealthy and powerful, and using what is pretty easily assigned as an evil,
Yeah.
and maybe even a new age version of these old rituals, and so it's like, okay, so there is real power there.
Yeah.
Maybe this is something that could happen, but it won't because of what we believe. But it's scientifically possible.
Yeah.
Like we talk about religion and science becoming the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I want to do a quick check-in.
Check in.
Okay. And I want to know, percentage-wise, do you think something's actually going to happen on Monday, April 8th? Whether it be like earthquakes, I don't know. There's also talk of like mass rituals happening all over the world.
And they have like all the money resources that they've put in, and like there's quotes from like the different mayors out there that are like expecting mass casualties, and they're like preparing.
Yeah, there's
for stuff.
multiple cities and states that are like activating their National Guard.
Yeah, and they're like, just in case like people have a heart attack, there's gonna be all these people around. It's gonna be hard to get like ambulances to the people in back because of all the traffic. And it's like,
Also, pretty smart to be prepared like that.
yeah,
Here's what I would say.
Yeah, I like being prepared.
To your
That's
question
what
on the
watching you
check-in, I think something here. If I'm being honest, I think something that we would consider kind of like mystical or weird or portally or devil worshipy is going to happen. Will we hear about it? No, and it will keep progressing like that until the second coming of Jesus Christ.
yeah,
And then we'll get wind of it, and like the future will prove the past or whatever, and we'll keep on following these breadcrumbs, but it's not. I don't think that we're going to have some sort of confirmation event.
yeah.
So you're saying you're 100% confident something will happen, but you just won't hear about it.
Yeah, because I could see something like, well, let's say that another Taiwan earthquake happens on the eclipse day. Even my doubt could creep in. Is it a reverb? There's already 2 other earthquakes.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, or something like that. And so I think we'll kind of be very in a similar state where we are now, which my point is we need to still just take care of our families.
Oh, yeah.
Chill out, stay in the pocket, and
Yeah.
keep trying to make ourselves better every day. But yes, I do think Satan's real. I do think there's satanic people that do all this crazy stuff. And I mean, after seeing those like hooded people in the freaking thing dancing
so crazy
around Shiva, I'm like, okay, maybe they're not powerful. Maybe that was like maybe that was a Dungeons and Dragons group.
Yeah.
Okay, that's possible. But also
That just have access to the certain building.
that even gathered a crowd.
they are nerds.
Yeah.
These nerds are like, dude, look how much power we have. Remember we were
Yeah.
just playing Dungeons and Dragons? We should come and do it.
in
Do
real
Dungeons and
life.
Dragons.
I
The
bet
security
you.
guard's like, oh my gosh, film it in hiding.
He's like, man, when I played high school football, I thought I knew these nerds were trouble. That's why I put them in lockers all the time. No one told me. Everyone was like, quit being a bully, but I knew.
I knew they're bad news.
No one believed me then.
Yeah. It's like,
Oh
we
my
knew. The
gosh.
quarterback and me, we knew.
We knew. So you're on a. So is that your
Something will happen,
100%?
and but it won't be. I don't think anything will happen. There'll be like a confirmation event, and the world's so big, stuff could happen that then you're like, is this coincident or not? But I do think something nefarious is happening there,
Yeah.
and they're trying to do something. I mean, he said he's trying to open portals to another dimension. I mean,
So crazy.
we're not interpreting that, right? He
No.
said,
He said it.
yeah. So, yes, I think they're trying to open portals to
Yeah.
another dimension, I guess. I'm just going to trust him.
Yeah. I'm just gonna trust he means what he says.
This isn't even like a conspiracy at this point. It's just like, yeah, that's a picture of 3 6s.
Yeah.
Those were devil worshipping people dancing around a Shiva, faking the death of someone. And the guy says he wants to open portals to another dimension. And then to open the thing, they have these people marching in like it's the Apple computer commercial from 1981.
It's like
Do you remember that?
No, I'll find
You'll
it
have
and
to
put
pull
it
it
up.
up.
It's
I'll
like
laugh
in
as I
Hunger
edit it.
Games. I can't remember, probably the third one, where she like shoots the arrow at the center of the dome, and it like wrecks the game. I can't. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah, I know exactly. I've seen it.
Vaguely, it's been a while. That's a good book.
I can't
but
remember what movie or book or whatever. I think it's something like that. They're trying to like end our simulation, and so they're trying these things. Now, do I think
So they feel like they've been put in the Hunger Games and they're going to try to break out.
right, and they're trying to like break out of it or do something. So that's why I think they're like shooting rockets at the Eclipse. They're firing up CERN again.
That seems so risky.
We just haven't heard about HARP, but I'm sure HARP is doing something as well. Which is
Well, HARP is on.
antennas.
We just looked up
that
HARP.
are
We
in
just looked
Alaska.
up what's the website that you had me go to?
Ingersoll Lockwood.
Ingersoll Lockwood's website, and then the little hidden link down there goes
Yeah.
to a HARP video.
Thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so do I think that's what's happening? Yes. Similar to Travis, I don't think there'll be something like that day, like the eclipse happens and all of a sudden like the light goes out in the universe for 3
Yeah.
days or something.
Yeah.
But I think I think there'll be something like an earthquake or something.
Even in 2 years too, it's like our logging of world events is so much higher, and that's why I think they do so much misinformation now. But like, someone besides us will be near there and like be feeling. Because have you seen that video of above CERN while it's running and there's like those weird like freaking like lightning storms and stuff? I'm like, it's like you're watching a Frankenstein.
Well, what's
movie.
crazy is like TikTok has all that stuff, and so people are like, "Oh, that's a crazy TikTok," and it's like, well, no, TikTok's just not controlled and censored, so people can put things up without it being
taken down,
shadow banned, like YouTube and
so we probably
our channel.
We probably got to pipe out more TikTok content.
Oh, we are
TikTok content.
TikTok content.
TikTok content.
Yeah. We're going to have a lot more on TikTok.
Anyway, so what do you think, Daniel?
So you guys are both saying 100%.
100% something, but it's a weak
probably
answer.
probably won't hear something.
It is a weak answer.
I guess technically my answer would be 0% that it will be something like that's an event that happens.
Okay.
I think
I'd be 0% on that.
I think 100% we will be able to tie something back, but it won't be
on the 8th.
On the day, it'll be like a couple weeks after. As information gets out, we'll be able to trace back something, right? So there was like that spiral that was over in like Alaska, I think, and it's like it opened up a wormhole. Have you seen the spiral? Okay.
I can barely handle what we've already dealt with, Fielding. And then he's like, oh yeah, you remember that one thing that just freaking also completely changes the world again?
And you're like, oh, geez, dude. I'm not over the CERN thing.
I just want to see Fielding's newsletter that he's subscribed to.
Yeah, seriously. I would say
the frequency I exist on. It's common knowledge.
I would say for me, I think it's 50-50. I'm like 50-50 on something will happen on the 8th, and it'll be like crazy, or I'm 50% thinking nothing's going to happen. And it's funny because like whenever these events come, like all these coincidences and things like that, where you're kind of like get to the point where you see enough coincidence that you're like, all right, something's going to happen, or this is too good to be true or too weird for it to be a coincidence. And then the 8th will come and then nothing will happen. And then you're like, oh man, I can't believe I went down the rabbit hole and thought that was going to happen. I'm such a dummy. And then you go back to your normal life and everything's fine. But I do think that, there's and too much going on for there to be nothing. The flip side of that,
Daniel, is that also like since we were all working together at that one joint and they had the lockdowns, so in 2020, so what, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
It's like,
you mean those life-saving lockdowns that kept us all alive?
Yeah. Well, to curve the spread.
Hey, look, it worked. We're alive.
That's right.
And here's the deal. It's like if they keep just cramming more and more coincidences down our throats, some real, some fake, because I think some of them are not real and they're just propaganda.
Manufactured.
Then how do you feel? You just pretty feel you're like, who cares? Like the UFO thing. Like in my lifetime, if the U.S. Air Force would have come out in like 1983 or 84, Red Dawn just came out, and then they're also, hey, by the way, UFOs are real.
Yeah.
We have 700 hours or whatever of video footage of it. People would have freaked out. I mean, it wasn't that far.
Crap.
It wasn't that far before I was born when War of the Worlds came on radio, like 40 years before I was born or something. Yeah. And people literally were like losing their marbles. And now we're just like, yeah, War of the Worlds. If War of the Worlds came out right now and was real, we'd probably still be like, eh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they're in Washington, D.C. taking over the Capitol. Who cares, man? Biden?
I was going to say, that's what like basically happened when they're like, we have our government talking about like they're interdimensional beings.
Yeah.
And they're crafts that we can't control. And we exist on a frequency like our TV. All the channels are there. You just tune into one. So our Earth is tuned into this. And those other like entities tune in. They know how to tune into our like universe. And like our government said that, and people are just like, well, anyway, yeah, my debit card's not working, so I need to go in and get a new one printed.
Amazon Prime's raising their prices.
Yeah, McDonald's 100% increase in prices over the last 8 years.
And their freaking ice cream machine still doesn't work.
True connectors will know that this is the symbol for McDonald's.
Yeah.
Beep beep.
We still need to do a taste test.
T-minus about 40 minutes.
Oh, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
I was like, you cooking for 40 minutes?
No.
He's like,
I'm just like a charred burger. Which would be delicious still. But.
Yeah, it'd be fine. Well, another episode of Connected Dots. Down the line. My man, well, Fielding was here.
I'm gonna try it.
Oh, dang it.
Apparently, this is my dimension.
Nice try, Travis.
This is my dimension.
Yeah, I don't
This
leave.
is the frequency I'm meant to be in.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. Well, as always, check out our website, www.conthedot.com. Hit us up on all our social media. Like, comment, share our content. Do everything that you're supposed to do, because I'm pretty sure our channel's being shadow banned because we know too much. So share it with a friend. Throw it on your social media. Find an episode that you like, and send it around, everybody. We want to do more content. We're going to bring more fun stuff, and it's only going to get better from here. So keep watching. Thanks to all of our subscribers. Thank you guys. You guys rock. Thanks for all the people that comment all the time. You guys are the best. And we'll catch you guys next time. See ya.